Alright guys, so the Space Traveling Warriors SBR is finally on global, and we finally have something to do. So the first couple matches you're gonna fight in the Space Traveling Warriors is going to be, the first round is gonna be 5 whole enemies with all of the north, the south, the west, and the east Supreme Kais. They all super. There is only an extreme. Okay, so the first set is is super enemies, and then they're extreme afterwards. You got the whole Babidi, Dabura, Yakan, and Pui Pui, and then you have just Kid Buu at the end. It's still an SBR. It's nothing really super challenging. The only thing about this category is that there is no real dedicated Space Traveling Warrior leader. I mean, you can count Bojack if you want, but he's not even a full 170 lead. That's the only thing I don't like about him. He's or is he? Oh, never mind. He is a 170 lead at the least. He just doesn't link well with most of the units. But there is several different teams. You don't have to use Bojack. Bojack is just one of the many units you could use. I think what I'll do is I'll pop up my my phone right here. So these are a couple units that you could utilize. So obviously, you can actually make a full, because these are all space traveling units. Yes, it is Beerus. No, I'm not talking about the Exploding Rage. I'm talking about the Space Traveling Warriors team. You can actually make a whole Realm of Gods team if you so wish. Personally, I'd go just with all of the angels and then the Beeruses. I think they would actually work out pretty well as an easy or a fun team. But with the new Easy A's for the Whis, they actually would do pretty well, possibly, with at least with the SBR. I think they would be really fun to use, and I might try to use them the first time. And then, of course, we have Bardock teams that you can utilize very easily as Space Traveling Warriors teams. And then you can even go a free-to-play route with this SBR if you so chose. I don't think it's very manageable. I think if you can, you should be switching out the Team Bardock unit itself with just about any other Bardock unit you can, and then it would be okay. And then, of course, there's the super-duper easy route where you could just utilize a Cooler team. Like, really? Cooler will just dominate this SBR, no items, no problem. At least he should, in theory. And then you can also go with a Saiyan team. You can go with the Raditz. Raditz would be amazing. You can rock a bunch of different pure Saiyan units, such as Turles and the Giant Ape Vegetas, or just, you know, Saiyan Saga Vegetas. This King Vegeta right here is very underrated as far as SBR content goes, just for what he can do. He just supports all pure Saiyans and Vegeta's family. He's actually kind of built for supporting this kind of team, so I think he would run very well in this SBR. And let's see here, then we got oh, this was just a stupid challenge team. I was thinking I could really do a really dumb challenge with throwing the original Turles on there, but it'd be a really bad idea. Ignore that one. You could also do technically a Peppy Gals team. There's not very many teams you can utilize Chilai on. But I feel like Chilai is a very, very powerful unit for any SBR content. Like, easily one of the best units in the game for Super Battle Road type of content. Like, I mean, she's stunning, she's sealing, she's supporting, she's dodging, she's doing everything. She's fantastic. The problem is she's only on 3 categories, and the only teams she can actually, I mean, you can throw her on a Peppy Gals team like this. It's just not gonna go. It might go okay, actually. I don't have these Peppy Gals actually like fully like leveled. I don't have their super attack all the way up because I don't use them. They're not really usable in any really good content, in my opinion. But if you have all these Peppy Gal units actually, you know, link leveled a little bit, and you have all of their super attacks at max 15 out of 15 and 10s out of 10s, this would actually be a very viable team. I might actually do it for the fun of it later after I grind up their super attacks later. And this team, I would not suggest it, but you can do it. You can run Pan. Pan is a space traveling warrior, well, because that's pretty much the entirety of GT. And if you have the units for it, which would pretty much be all GT heroes, and I'll be real, this is pretty much the only viable-ish team you could run as that her leader skill can run under. You could possibly throw her on the space traveling warrior team. As long as she has a decent partner with her, she'll do really well. She really will do well, especially with the fact that she can lower damage in that first slot. That'll do a lot of help for her. The problem is she's not going to reduce damage after she super attacks, so that is another thing to keep in mind. And then obviously the Ginyu Force team is probably truly, other than Cooler, going to be the easiest time you're gonna have with this SBR run. I mean honestly, the Ginyu Force team, free to play or not free to play, will probably mow this down pretty well, if we're gonna be real here. Let's just go over a couple more of the units that you could possibly potentially bring onto the team. I mean, Raditz as a pure Saiyan lead, or just on the team in general, he attacks all, he greatly raises defense. He does have an innate chance to crit, so he'll do a lot of damage. He'll do really well for you in an SBR. And then after that, once again, like I said before, you could utilize a Peppy Gal's team technically if you so wanted. She does seal, so there is that. Sealing is the very important thing about this unit, is that she can seal targets. She's supporting... all Peppy Gals support each other. That's just how it goes. They're constantly getting all their links off. They're always helping each other out. They have all these attack down and defense down status parts of their passive. They could actually do very, very, very well. In fact, they might even be probably one of the safer bets to use, potentially. But this would be one of the only teams you could fully utilize Chilai on. And I know a lot of people like to just use or want to use Chilai if they have them. Personally, I only use category-based teams these days. And considering she's only on 3 of them, and yeah, it's sad. Such a great unit is trapped behind only 3 poor categories. But then we have Pan as well as one of the very good options to bring in. As long as she has a... The only issue is that you want to bring a Goku to get her unit super attack. That is the biggest issue. But yeah... She's a good choice for a unit, but I don't know if she'd be a make or break for the team. But then, of course, we have a Bardock that we just got on Global recently, so if you did manage to pull him, this would be another thing you could fully utilize him in and see him do really well. The only issue I would have to say is if you do bring this Bardock into the Space Traveling Warriors team, SBR, there is no Goku that you can bring with you. He only will get his scouter effect if he has Goku. So just keep in mind, you're not going to be able to utilize his scouter ability. He's basically going to be there just as a leader. And what else would it be? I mean, he does have his active. All attacks become crit. I mean, he can do really good damage, and he's okay defensively as long as you get him those key spheres. But yeah, he does not get his scouter in this. That is the only thing to keep in mind. And then, of course, we have Captain Ginyu, which will just... Honestly, I don't feel like I need to sit on that for long. He's going to dominate. And then, of course, Cooler, which will also just absolutely obliterate and dominate this SBR. And then, the last but not least, the only true space traveling warrior leader is this Bojack. I would not suggest running him as a leader. I mean, if you have literally nothing else, if you have literally none of these possible teams you can make with all of these crazy different units, then yes, by all means, go ahead and use him as your leader and just do the best that you can. So, with that all aside, I think I'm going to get started on actually getting the run done. So yeah, let's get this started. Just keep in mind, this is only a super battle road, so it's not going to be super difficult content or anything like that. Super battle road, space traveling warriors. Now the question is, what team should I utilize? That is the real question. That is the true answer. Which team out of all of these should I utilize? I could just no item it possibly with this team. I really feel like I could do it. I really feel like it's possible. It's entirely possible. I think it would work out. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can really utilize this team. Let's get the music changed up a little bit here. Alright, let's get into this. I brought the Sensu Bean. I didn't mean to bring the Sensu Bean, but we're not going to use the Sensu Bean. This might go over very poorly. Okay, I'm going to need y'all to dodge. I'm going to need you to dodge, like, immensely. Let's see how well this goes. Let's see how much he can dodge. I'm so terrified right now. I do not know if he can actually dodge this much. Alright, Whis, dodge for me. That wasn't a dodge. Whis, why aren't you dodging? Whis, dodge! Wow, he's not dodging. He's stunned. He's taking normals like they're nothing, but he's just not dodging. Did I not put any dodge into him? I might not have put any dodge into him. Got a seal off. Beerus already showing his worth double supering. Alright, 2 down. Oof. Okay. Go ahead and do this. And just to triple make sure that the West Supreme Kai dies. No dodge, really? I'm not getting lucky on the whole dodge thing right now. Ow. Well, at least we sealed. Maybe I should have put Whis in the 3rd slot. I don't know if I should have depended on Beerus's defense. Wow, both of the Beeruses are just double supering. Yo! Beerus is crazy. Beerus is crazy. Alright, how much are we gonna heal from this? Oh, we went up to half health. Dang. I think we were below the 70%, so this might be 2... Oh, we got 3 super attacks! Yo, how much health are we back up to after triple supering? We went up to about 70%, or about almost 80% HP. Dang. We had like nothing and we healed it all back. We might actually be able to pull off a no item run with these guys. I think that'll be crazy. Okay, so there's only 4 enemies this time. Who should we utilize? So, I don't think this Whis says... And does he have a dodge built into him? Yeah, I have him with 20 dodge. Yeah. So let's just do this. It kind of sucks if I, she disappointed me so much because she did not actually, defensively, I'd rather do this. We're losing out a little bit on HP gain, but that's okay. That's fine. Let's go ahead and hit this because I'm more afraid of Margarita getting hit. And yeah, we'll just make sure to keep targeting him, seal him just in case we don't kill. Yep, this works. We still healed up a bit from orbs at the least. Dodge, nice. No dodge, darn. Let's change up the music a little bit. See what else is in here. Oh, the dodge of the super. I really wanted her to dodge that. Oh my gosh, she got us killed. She got us killed, man. That sucks. Okay. Alright, let's get real with it. Let's get real. Let's get real with it. Mostly because I don't want people to be stuck here, just watching this endlessly. Let's just rock with the good old-fashioned Ginyu team and just kind of roll through this. I was trying to do a challenge run and it did not go well. To be fair, that was my fault on thinking I could depend on such a kind of a weak unit. Alright, we're gonna be fine now. Like, there's no issues here. Ginyus are just gonna blow through. We might take a bit of damage right now because we're not built up. 53 and we still... Goldo and Raccoon are busted, man. They are just absolutely busted. Is Ginyu just gonna wipe out, like, the entire team? I thought he was for a nanosecond. Okay. They'll dodge, right? Famous last words. If they don't dodge right now, I'd actually be kind of mad. That's kind of the whole Birder Jace thing, is they're supposed to dodge. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Didn't even get time to stack or anything. This is an easy no-ride-em run. Watch, we just get decimated in slot 1. I would be so mad if we did. I'd be so mad. And I would have no one to blame but myself. Oh, they're going to be so built up after all these normals that a super attack won't even hurt them. Let's change up the music again. In the spirit of space traveling warriors, we might as well. Yeah, Goldo's actually really good for this. Goldo freaking just stuns and seals and does everything. Lowers attack too, actually. Like at this point, I don't even care. I'm just hitting the button, man. We're gonna auto win. We're just gonna auto win. I almost feel, if it wasn't for Goldo is the actual one weak link that would stop me from thinking you could auto mode this with the Ginyu Force. I think if I replaced him with something else, potentially we could auto mode this with the Ginyu Force. Because they're just that dominant. In all honesty, they're just that dominant. Like, look at it. They're just dodging and tanking everything with no issues whatsoever. We were struggling with the Realm of Gods team that I attempted to use with Whis and the Beerus units. But with Ginyu Force, they're just a dominant force that gives no craps. And what, half of this team is free to play? That's the joke. That's the real joke of it. Probably replace the screen of Bardock with Captain Ginyu, but we're already at the end, so there's not much of a point. Okay. See, Godo might be okay in this scenario where he's in the first slot, but if it was on any of those other two fights, he might have got us killed. Because he's not very strong defensively. He's only got 100k defense. Very, very, very disturbing how low it was. Let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and do this. This is fine. We'll live. I honestly wouldn't be... Depends on how tanky this Kid Buu is, but we might even just kill Kid Buu right now. First rotation, no questions asked. Yeah, we might. If we critted, we possibly could. Yeah, if he was critting, we probably would have finished him this turn. But I think my Ginyu is like pretty much fully built for additionals. He's not meant to do damage up until he transforms. That's just the way I have mine built. And Goldo's just gonna stun and seal him right now. Yeah, stun, seal, lower attack and defense. Yeah, it's game over. That's game. That's game. GG's. I should have just put the Fizz Ginyu in slot 1. He would have probably killed in one spot. This friend Ginyu probably has built-in crit, so he'll probably just kill. Maybe not. Wow. Took more effort than I thought. And there's a no-item run against the Space Traveling Warriors team with Ginyu Force. Not too bad, not too bad. Maybe next I'll do a auto mode with the Ginyu Force. Nah, let's try out some different teams. If it wants to ever load. 7 minutes, huh? 7 minutes, no item run with the Ginyu Force.